Hey everyone, it's Lori from Three Keys Astrology, and I'm freezing. We haven't really had winter here in Buffalo, and the air is wet and really cold. I'm recording this video on the 9th of February 2020, and I made an earlier video as I do forecasts for the entire week each week, and have been for a couple of years now. Um, so this video, because this week we're talking so prevalently about the moon, I thought I would continue with more talk about the moon. So we just had the first of what will be four supermoons last night. And a supermoon means that the moon's as closest to the Earth. I mean, is closer to the Earth than ever before. So she appears really big and really pearly. And this moon happened to be in Leo, and it was just beautiful. When we talk about what happens when the moon is in Leo, matters of the heart are always at the fore. Leo is a sign that rules the physical heart, but also love and recognition, appreciation, affection, all the things, all these things matter very much to Leo. So, without a doubt, because the moon is also representing the public at large, we all have our um, our hearts are all now yearning for love. Um, This moon energy, like all full moon energy, lasts for an entire month. So even though the moon moves very quickly, she's the fastest moving of all of our planets, and we're all familiar with her phases. Um, that Leo full moon energy will stay with us until the next full moon, um, kind of begging our behavior to consider love. So without a doubt, we're that's going to be at the front of all of our minds right now. Now, when the moon's in Leo, like I said, she wants affection and recognition, appreciation, to feel valued. Leo's regal and royal, and um, the utmost is what she wants. Leo's ruled by the sun, and so think of how you can make your lover, your husband, your wife, your best friend, your children feel really special. And you'll have a really nice full moon Leo month by doing this. Now, the point of this video is that we've got a little bit of an antagonistic energy hitting us this Valentine's Day 2020. Um, and it's the moon, our feelings, our behaviors, what we need to feel secure and safe is having relationships with some really difficult planets in the atmosphere, the malefic planets. And you can view the video that I did about Valentine's Day to get more specific. But the ruler of Scorpio is Pluto, who's the archetype of the god of the underworld, the devil. And um, the reign of Pluto um, is the devil reigns hell. So we can think of how love feels when it's hateful, when it's expressed with any of the hateful emotions like jealousy, obsession, compulsions, um, sadism. So those themes, unfortunately, are going to be at the fore because our moon is, so to speak, in the underworld with Pluto at this Valentine's Day. Um, the influence of Pluto is critical, and it's controlling and impatient and unforgiving and punishing and cruel, downright cruel. It's tortured love. It's love that's not returned, the unrequited love, and that's such a painful state. It's love that's dark, It's secretive love. It's affairs. It's love betrayed. It's stealing. Think of stealing. You're stealing love from someone else. So it's seduction and secret affairs and all of those things that we need to be cautious and aware of during this Valentine's Day. Now, if you have a relationship that's mature, evolved, experienced, sacred, this doesn't apply to you. These warnings are for brand new relationships that haven't yet been established. These warnings are for people who live in rocky relationships, who are out of control, who fight over, have power issues and control games and play games with each other, um, that torture each other, because there is such a thing as sick love, and unfortunately, it makes our news more than the sweet, sacred, bonded love does. So I wanted to do this video to give you a heads up about when the moon is in Scorpio, and even Venus. These are the two female entities in the solar system, in our solar system. Venus is about love, and the moon is our feelings. And while she's feminine and maternal in nature, it doesn't apply to the division of sexes, because there are plenty of men who are more compassionate and caring than women, and vice versa. Um, so, the one other thing that I'd like to say about this video is when the moon is in Scorpio, Scorpio's ancient ruler is Mars, and we astrologers still consider that very important. So Mars is a warrior. It's about militant strategy. It's fighting. It's about survival. And so, and this is an antithesis of what the moon's pure nature, her essence is. She's motherhood and nurturing people, making people feel comfortable and secure. It's that mama nursing her baby. It's rocking your baby. It's snuggling and cuddling someone, no matter how old they are. It's holding the hand of our grandmother or caring for someone when they're sick. Um, and when you try to add war to that theme, it's antithetical. It doesn't work. So when you put Mars with the moon, it's an upset moon. Now Mars rules blood, and the reason that Scorpio, that sign, is so intense is because it's got the two rulers, Mars the warrior and Pluto, god of the underworld, ruler of the realms of hell and all of its fiery dimensions. All of the negative expressions of, like I said, jealousy, obsession, compulsions, um, murder, rape, violence, power, greed, ruthlessness, cruelty. All of these things are in the realm of Scorpio. And when love is there, um, it's it's awful. It's not nice. Um, it's the other thing that I wanted to say is, and I don't want to scare anybody, we all have loved ones that have to have necessary surgeries, but if you have a good personal astrologer and you have the timing to plan a surgical procedure, consult your astrologer. It's a very bad idea to have surgery. Now, we know that some surgeries can't be timed. Unfortunately, there are emergencies. But because Mars rules the blood and the moon makes all of the fluids, moon rules the ocean, moon has a gravitational pull, and that's why our emotions are heightened at that time. Well, it's the same thing with blood. That's why tempers are more profuse during full moons. So it's a very bad idea whenever the moon's in Scorpio to have surgery, because the risk for bleeding is increased. Um, and I don't want you to ever be scared about astrology. There are, it can, there are times in life that are tragic, and we face crises and unpleasant things, and I mean, devastations that we don't anticipate. And it's, and nobody likes that part of life, but it is a part of life. And if you have a good astrologer, he or she can warn you and help you prevent catastrophic results if you know that things are coming. So please don't be scared. Um, as an astrologer, it occurred to me early when I started doing charts, this dilemma of, oh my God, how do I tell this person? I'm fortunate that I've got a lot of courageous friends who gave me such great help when I was starting to test the theories of astrology. Shout out Sunny and Paula and Tracy. You gave me lots of experience, and you girls weren't afraid. Um, I detected a car accident coming for a very dear friend, and I was like, her daughter. And I was like, oh my God, how do I tell her this? So I kind of stuttered and stumbled and called, and she's like, just tell me. And coincidentally, what I told her had occurred within hours of the phone call. And so I'm not afraid. I have always been very intuitive, but after I experienced head trauma and went through all the horrible parts of what a traumatic brain injury is and what survival is after you have critical injuries to the brain and spine, I am so very grateful that God gave me this insight. And I am a Christian and a Catholic. I don't think it's an evil gift. Um, it's a protective mechanism. And it's nice to have that mechanism to share with others. You too have this. It's unborn, it's primitive. Unfortunately, we live in a society where everybody gets so busy with their lives that they don't have time to center, to calm down, to be still, to meditate, or to hear that inner voice. But I guarantee you, every single person watching this video and listening right now, whenever anything wrong has happened to you, you will have gotten that gut punch. Our bellies have just as many neurotransmitters as our brains do. And when you listen to those instincts, don't do this, something's not quite right, this doesn't pass the litmus test. Something feels funny. Something smells wrong. Um, you'll save yourself a lot of grief because it's part of our reptilian brain that is meant to protect and help us in our survival. And so I don't want to leave you feeling upset or sad. Like I said, for our coming Valentine's Day, stay locked in Leo themes. Learn about Leo and the heart. Do your best. Read Corinthians 13:4, one of my favorite verses in the Bible, and be determined that no matter what, you're not going to engage in ugly behavior or hurtful behavior. And like stand up and be your higher self. Be the person God meant you to be. And share love, give love, show love, be love. And don't be afraid of Scorpio things. Scorpio is a great transformer. For some reason, this energy has to experience death and sin and taboo and hellish things. Um, and unfortunately, we all have Scorpio in our chart somewhere. We're part 1/12 of all of the signs of the zodiac. We all have stars and star cellular memory from each of the zodiac signs. What your astrologer is doing is showing you the preponderance of the weight of the constellation energy, the star power in your life, in your soul imprint, and then can move you up to date or project you into the future. I can do readings for, it doesn't matter what year. Um, and so if you're interested in predictive work, it's fascinating. I love it. And I can do that for you too. So come on over to Three Keys Astrology and join us. We really like talking about astrology. There's a lot of really nice people in the group, and come to my website to order readings. And I wish you a happy Thanksgiving. And I love you guys. I'm really happy that you're supporting me. to hopefully turn this into a thriving business. Take care and show love. Bye now.